Ever since the game's ended, I've really been wanting to go back because I realised how broke I am and how bad my life really is. So I've been asking this man every day if he's seen that goon who told me that I can go play the games. I'm so desperate for money that I would die for it, but then, out of the corner of my eye, I saw him. The goon who told me I can go and play those games. I asked if it was him. What? He said. After a small catch-up, I found out that this happens yearly, and I can still join if I was broke. I agreed to meet him and his guys again, and I was gonna go back into the games. I knew that Goon and his guys were about to do me again, but I had an advantage unlike most players. I knew that if you lost, then you would die. That's when I knew that they were about to strike. Bang! One clean hit to the back of the head knocked me out cold. I woke up back in the arena with my number being 101 with 37 clueless players. I had to win the money. We were then told the exact same thing that I was told in my first time here, but there was a twist. There was a baby in the games that I vowed to keep alive. I knew a bloodbath was about to happen, but I didn't warn anyone because I had to win this money, so I waited back to see if it was like the games that I played and you would die if you were shot.
Green
I didn't
light.
hear a single gunshot, maybe it was different.
Red light.
That's when I heard a few gunshots in the distance.
Green light. Red light. Green light. Red light.
Bam! That was a real gunshot.
Green light. Red light.
That's when I noticed a guy called Hussein who was standing next to me and he was trying to help me and telling me it was all going to be okay.
Red light.
But time was running out, so I had to get my act together on running the entire
Green
way across,
light.
or else I could be an
Red
extra
light.
dead.
Green light. Red light.
I then see Hussein. I was wondering if he was dead, but then I
Green
froze
light.
in fear.
Red light.
Only 15 seconds left. I couldn't die like this. I had to get to the finish line
Green
and survive.
light. Red light. Green light.
That's where I dived for the finish line and just got back.
Red light.
But I noticed Hussein didn't, and he was about to be shot dead. Hussein was dead. I felt awful. But we was informed that 9 players had died that game and the prize was now 110. I didn't know what to vote. I was extremely hesitant, but I needed the money and ended up voting O. Either way, I knew what the next game was going to be. Pentathlon. Game 2, but this was not Pentathlon. I didn't have a clue what this was. It was Honeycomb, and I knew I had to get a good share, so I went with the majority and went straight down the middle. I got a circle, which was one of the way easier shapes. I wasn't great at this as a kid, so I didn't know how good I was going to be, so I was quite lucky that I got one of the easier shapes. I ended up getting quite scared that it would crack, but I eventually pulled through and was able to get the job done. But then, I couldn't help but notice the baby was in a different person's hands, a guy called Mateo. I wondered if the original owner had died, so I started to search for him too, but I noticed that he hadn't. 2 players were eliminated in that game, and now the cash pool was £140. Voting this time was a bit easier, and I ended up voting to stay in the games. The game was Mingle, but in this game I actually made a few allies. It was groups of 2, so I rushed to a door, hoping someone else would come in with me, but no one else did, so I really started to panic as other people started to pair up. I looked around and my options were starting to narrow down until I saw a person on his own too, and I sprinted towards him at full pelt. I officially owed this person, and I vowed to pay them back later on in the games. He is now one of my allies. It was groups of 3, and I rushed into a door again with this other guy, but we needed to find another person, so we rushed over into this room, hoping to find another, but then he went with his other ally, and I noticed it was a person who had their baby originally. But I almost suspected him because he knew he was not responsible enough to have the baby, so he handed it over to someone else, so he was now officially one of my allies. It was groups of 2 again, and I ran into a room, and I was quickly followed by the owner of the baby. He was now my 3rd and final ally. He thanked me, but I just wanted to keep the baby safe. 5 players were eliminated and the prize was now £200 with 18 players remaining. Since I was a baby in the games and I saw it firsthand, I wanted to end these games once and for all. The fight broke loose and I needed to protect the baby. I then saw the owner of the baby and I rushed over to him, but then noticed that he wasn't hurt and I noticed that he was not looking for the baby's best interest at heart. But I decided to keep him as an ally because I needed to keep that baby alive. But I then began fighting to hire the prize up. I then noticed the person who helped me in Mingle was getting attacked and ganged up on by a lot of people, so I decided to step in and start fighting all of them at once. No one died, but the cash did increase to 210. I voted X last time, but I changed this time and went over to stay. And then the 4th game begun and I was shocked at what game it was. It was jump rope and I was 10th in line, so I had to wait to go, but I was not eager to get on it. It was very, very, very scary, but while I waited I decided to practice. I then noticed me, my allies and the baby all crossed safely. Three players were eliminated in that round and the prize was now £250. It was time for the next vote and I voted O once again. The 5th game was Glass Bridge. One already dead. The baby also dead. Another ally dead. We were dropping like flies, so we all froze. but we actually started to move. We then got the correct one, but it wasn't even the right one. The guy who jumped was just too light, so it didn't crack, and another one of my allies dead. All my allies were dead. Twelve players died, and now the cash prize is £380 and we would be voting again. The final vote was down to me. I had enough money to live in life now, so I decided to end the games because there was no point in continuing. I was one of 3 survivors. That's how I won Squid Game. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you later.